Hello. Yeah, we are going to talk what is virtual reality here. Virtual reality here is not exactly future video games technology here. Meaning this is indirectly related to your gaming here. The graphics are typically still they are using cartoon here. That's true here. And the graphics here, for our gaming, we have two. It's multimedia. So we have video and audio here. And for the virtual reality here, they're talking about the audio portion of that and have been achieved with PC games here. A virtual reality here to tell you something looks like real here, but it's not real. In gaming, we are always by nature here, we have virtual reality. We are showing you something here. It's not exactly the reality here, but it's similar to what you may have here. So that's by nature, that's your gaming. So it's always like that here. And here they have a 3D. 3D here. We want to pay attention to the gaming. Gaming have 2D and 3D. You may want to think that both are existed here. And for kids, they sometimes they like 2Ds. They don't really like 3Ds here. Like Lego. You guys saw those Lego movies here. Maybe you think it's kind of dumb here, it's boring here, but the kids like it here. So the kids and adults here, they are different. The kids like simple, the gaming, repetitive, there's no problem here. Look at the CD here, very, very easy to play. That's what they like here. So that's a 3D. Paying attention to both 3D and 2D games here. You don't want to believe the 3D is here to replace 2D. No, it's not here. 3D, 2D, they coexist here. How about comics books here? Are comics books 2D or 3D? They are 2D. So 2D will always be there. You are reading a book here, unless it's the pop-up books here. Otherwise, it's always 2D. So human being here, although we are living in a 3D environment here, we have no problem with 2D. You're writing, like for instance here, this PowerPoint I'm showing to you, that's 2D. Do you have any problem here? No. 2D is good enough here. We don't need to have 3D most of the time to learn something or to play with something here. No, we don't here. So 3D here is not really like a must to have here. Virtual reality here can be 2D, can be 3D, and it really depends on the content you want to share here. It's not like which one's better here. It's both 2D and 3D. So in our gaming class here, a professor may want you to design a 2D game and a 3D game. They are different here. As a professor in gaming, I would strongly suggest all students to develop some 2D because sometimes 2Ds are overlooked and thinking about 3D is the future. 3D may not be the future or the current here. Both 2D and 3D we want to pay attention to. And in the gaming field here, we also need to pay attention to direct or indirect related to gaming, like virtual reality. If you want to say that, that's indirectly related to gaming. I agree with you here. So pay attention to virtual reality. Open source. Open source using a computer, the most easy to understand is if you have Apple computer, then you have Mac OS, Macintosh. Apple computer, long time ago, they have a computer called Macintosh. Then they carry on, keep using this term called Mac OS. That's for your Apple computer. If you have another computer, typically you have a Windows. That's your Windows 10 operating system. Both are not open source. They are proprietary. Proprietary means to belong to one company. Mac OS belongs to Apple. And Windows belongs to Microsoft. So what is open source? Open source in the computer world, talking about operating system, is Linux. Linux is open source. Open source typically means you can see the coding. Again, using operating system as an example, that's easy for you to understand. The code for the operating system were written in C language and assembly language. You go to internet website, you can find more than 1,000, we call distribution, different version of Linux operating system. Feel free to download one and you can change, then put it back under the internet. The name, a different name here, that's your version. So that's open source. Open source, you can see the source code here. The gaming here also like that here. The gaming here, they're talking about is dominated by AAA game developer here, smaller company here. And they say they have produced a software development kit easy for independent game developer. That maybe means you can develop games here, computer games here. There's no problem here. That means you here. SDK, so that's called software development kit here. Then you can use it here. And you are independent game developer here. Everybody can develop a computer games here. You can do that here using an open source game development. Use this software here. You develop your own games here. You post it under the internet to let people play with it for free. Later on, if many people want to use it, you can make money out of it by selling your computer games to a bigger company, or you just try to make your computer games to have more and more users here and make money that way here. You show here, actual developers, the game community has shown itself to be more capable of making modification of existing games here. Yeah, that's true here. Become games in their own right, like Killing Floor here. This meaning here, you can create a new game. You can modify an existing game here. Can be a new game or modified game can be come out from a game developer working for a company, or just individual. A student, that will work. A professor, that will work. Anyone, that will work. Anyone can develop a game here. This is a new trend here, so open source here. In the computer world here, there are more and more applications that's open source. It's meaning, for instance, you, a student, create some games here. You don't want to make any money here, so you just want to share, say that's free. That's if anyone want to play with it here. I don't care. I'm not trying to make any money here. So that's open source here. But open source also means that people can change my game here. If you are doing open source based on the software development kit here, and other users here, they can change your games to make it better, and somebody else to make it even better. Now, many people contribute to these specific games here. Belongs to which person? Belong to no one here. That's the open source idea here. In the future, we may see more and more open source games here. Open source games in this case means everybody can change it, no one owns it, and it's free. Gaming in the cloud here, as I mentioned, you're going to see more and more gaming in the cloud here. As long as you have a computer or you have a mobile phone, you can play games here, connecting to internet here. Typically, it's based on subscription here. You subscribe to a certain games here, like monthly, going to cost you so much of money here, or you just some games are on a trial version here, 1 month free trial here, or just simply free for you to play. And those going to be under cloud. Cloud, what is the cloud? Cloud is a server in somewhere. They have a physical location. So you sit there, I play this game here, and I connect into the internet here, and they have a server. They have a server is a type of computer, That computer may be in Fort Worth, maybe in New York. You don't know. You don't care. As long as you have that URL, the website address here, you connect to there, then you can play here. So that's gaming, cloud-based, meaning as long as you connecting to internet, you can play. And let's check, are you connecting to internet? Most likely, everybody is connecting to internet here. So the gaming industry will going to make it cloud-based here, no surprise here. Even the computer later on maybe turn out to be cloud-based. Now, if you check with a desktop, you're going to see you have mouse here, you have monitor there, and you have a system box. They're going to get rid of the system box. Later on, there's no system box here. You're going to say, hey, how about my operating system in my system box here? How about my application, PowerPoint software in my system box? How about my C drive, hard drive, that's my memory in the system box here? Operating systems, applications, software like PowerPoint software, and memory space here, they are all going to be moved to under cloud, internet. They're going to be an internet service provider. You pay them money, like you pay your phone bill, your water bill, your electrical bill, same idea. You pay your cloud bill, then you can, with your monitor, with your keyboard, you can connect to internet. Then you said that, hey, I want to be a Apple computer user. They give you Apple computer software. You say, no, I want to be a Windows user. They give you Windows software. You said, I want to be a Linux user. They give you Linux software. Reflecting this back to the gaming world here. You want to play PlayStation 4. You want to play some other platform. You want to play certain companies, Game Boy. You can do it here. So it's going to be based on your subscription base here. In this case, the company is not going to lose any money. Like Nintendo. Okay, I want to play Nintendo games here. Many people want it. Nintendo still make money. You say, no, I want to play some other company's games here. You play that company's games here. So based on it's thinking about this cloud idea is like a food court. You go to this restaurant, you go to that restaurant here in a food court. They are all in the same place. Without the food court idea, you probably need to drive to east side of the town to have some kind of food, then drive to west side of the town to have a different type of food. Now with this food court ideas, all the restaurants are located in the same location, in the same food court. Would that be easier for you? Yes. Would that make those restaurants lose of money? Not really here. I mean, if the many people like your food here, they go to food court here, they're still going to go to your stand and have your kind of food here. So this is a cloud idea. Thinking about what we have learned, gaming is no different from other computer devices. In terms of we are going to use the cloud. In terms of we are going to use open source. In terms of there's going to be virtual reality here. That's many ideas here. In terms of they're going to combine the exercise into your game here. You're sitting there all the time. Oh, you don't want to move. You cannot play Pokemon Go. They tell you go. You have to go. You have to walk. You have to drive your car to somewhere like a park to capture those Pokemon. This is nothing new here. Like your mobile phone, it's called emerging technology here. Do you still wearing a watch? You don't have to. You can view your mobile phone for what time it is. And that means you have two or more than two functions. You are carrying your mobile phone. Typically, you don't carry a camera, digital camera. Why I need to have a digital camera when my mobile phone can take photos here as good or even better than a digital camera? What's the point? There's no point here. Emerging technology here. That's the trend here. Meaning you're going to combine two functions or more than two functions into one device here. Gaming is the same here. Like Pokemon Go here, then you're still playing a game and you're doing some exercise. That's what I would like to share with you for this lecture.